Hello and welcome back, and today's going to be a bit different. No Pokemon, but Lego. So I got this set and I've got another one which I'm doing another video. We're going to build it and review it, and because I spent a certain amount I also got this little promo which I'm going to keep in my sealed collection of Lego, which I have a small selection of. So let's get started, and we're going to time lapse the build because it's not going to be a quick one because it's a big centrepiece to be done. So this is the box. Let's get it open and see what Lego has got inside, how many building stages we are looking at. So the thing with this is you might be able to see some here on the back. It can be done in different ways. I want it for a centrepiece that you saw on the front. Or if you can do it in rings, you can hang it on a wall. Bump everything out. So we have 1, 2, 3 down there, 4, 5, 6 building stages by the look of it. And we have our books. And it doesn't say which order they are in, so assuming this is book 1. Nope, that's book 2. So this is book 1, so it shows you different ways you can display it, a bit about the artist and the maker of this, and then we start with bag 1. Bags 1, 2 and 3 are going to make this. So let's start and get this time lapse for you. The first few steps are repeated, so I'll only show you it once. Bags 1 and 2 are either the same or similar to bags 4 and 5. This is the base that everything's going to clip onto, and it kind of looks like a boat. It's a simple build. As you go, you can see it's just literally everything clips on here, a few hinge pieces and some leaf pieces. So that's the end of bag 1. How we're looking. It's like a little boat at the moment. This is going to be one piece. I imagine they'll have stuff to attach onto each other. So let's go and start bag number 2. With this bag, you're building some of the flowers. These are very repetitive and small builds. The part usage is very interesting though. I really like the use of the trees also as part of the build. One thing to mention is everything is hinged or ball jointed to allow you to move stuff around, as everything does become very crowded. I also like the use of the leaf elements to create different flowers and more texture in the piece. So this is how we're looking after bag number 2. I did put some stuff in the wrong place, so I had to just correct it all. But looking good, we're nearly there. Now I think it's a big piece to put on next, so we'll go on to bag number 3. This is now some of the smaller bunches of flowers. This was extremely repetitive and used lots of small builds to create the bunch. My hands are very sore after this bag, and the use of the orange pieces as petals was very interesting. It's just going to go into a bunch that I did mention when you get the yellow pieces, and then we moved on to the big flower, which I did do all the petals at once and not one by one because it would have took me ages and was way more repetitive. So this is part 1. This is bags 1, 2 and 3. As you can see, there is a lot of detail. It's very tedious, which I've told you already obviously, but it is looking very nice, and it will connect at this back end. So we're going to start now on book number 2 with bag number 4, and it is 7 bags, not 6. I didn't notice it was an extra bag until I saw. And I have lots of extra pieces. I have a little bin behind me full of extra pieces that I keep them all in. And this is just the other main flower, the rose. How we're looking, one second, let me pause my background. Right, how we're looking after number 6. Give a half is more or less done. I like the rose build as well. It's quite an interesting build for the rose. But it's basically a very similar build until you hit here, and then you get a few extra builds, and like the rose is different to the flower. So this build is now to attach the 2 halves together to make the one big centrepiece, which I'm looking to build. You have to use black plate to secure it, which is very awkward due to the amount of flowers. You may need to readjust the flowers to make it fit together because they do hit off. The second part of this build is for if you have multiple sets and you want to make the big round centrepiece. This is me just attaching the plates and securing it, but this is now the one for the extra ones. You'd have to have 3 sets to make this big centrepiece and attach them all around it. Right, so that's it, finished. So this is how I'm going to be displaying it, like this. However, it can be displayed with this on either side, and you put one on each side, and then you make multiple of them, and you can make them into like a diamond shape around. However, this is how I'm going to be displaying it. I'll place it in a minute. Just a quick review. It is a very tedious and repetitive build, as I've said, but I do like it. It's just very, very tedious, very small pieces, repetitive. The only pieces that are different is literally when you build these 2. Other than that, everything is the exact same all the way through it. So if you want a repetitive build, you're fine. If you don't mind the repetitive build, you're fine. But it is very, very monotonous and repetitive and very draining on the fingers because it's such small pieces. So you might be able to see I've got like bits where I've really killed my skin trying to do these. However, I do really like this set. It is really nice. I do really enjoy it. You can literally make it as a centerpiece for a table. Mine's going downstairs. I will show you it once I go downstairs and place it where it is being placed. But I do like this as a piece, and it really does look nice. And it's going to be a good display piece for me to use. And it's better than just have a piece of Lego that I just chuck on display upstairs and no one else sees. This is one that's going to be in my home, like my flowers that are downstairs, like the flowers I've got to build in the next video. That'll be going upstairs. The more an ornamental piece that people can appreciate. If you're not a massive Lego fan, you can appreciate that this is a nice piece to have. So this is it placed. It's backlit at the moment, so. But this is where it's going to be, on this side near the TV with the Dalek. It looks a real nice piece, to be fair, in place, and I really enjoy it.